Afternoon. Well, today's plans have been a bit turned on their head. I was camping tonight anyway, but with a good friend of mine, Trevor. He messaged me a short while ago, a couple of hours ago, something like that. His car has broken down. He's about an hour and a half from me, and he's been waiting for the recovery people for 2 hours. Still haven't turned up. So unless it's something really, really simple to fix and they get him going again, he's probably going to head for home. So today has turned into a solo, which I'm okay about, but I prefer to have someone to chat with, to be honest, in the evening. But why not? Everything's packed, everything was done. I might as well head out anyway. Let me show you where I am, the location I'm using. I am back at the old Bushcraft camp. I've popped in here day visits, but this will be the first camp here for, I don't know, probably 9 months or so. So yeah, I'll make a change. And I'm using my hammock. I'll show you when it's set up. And I'm going to run it from that tree that my bag's hung on the left there, to either the one that's just in shot on the right, or to the pine at the back on the right hand side, not the big pine on the foreground, but the one behind it slightly to the right, through there. I haven't decided yet until I get it out, measure the gaps for the tarp and that sort of thing. I'm not too sure, but have a bit of a sort out. I'll show you around this way. Fire pit's in the corner there, but it's quite overgrown and full of rubbish, so I'm going to clear that out and probably pull my finger out and get some wood organised, because I've started much later than was anticipated. So I'm going to be racing the daylight. Right, I've got the DD underblanket out again. I'm not sure I'm even going to need it, to be honest. It's quite mild, it's quite humid. But I just wanted to try it with the Solinac hammock, because this Solinac hammock is quite short, as I said in my other video. Anyone over sort of 6 feet is going to struggle with it. I just wanted to see how they'd pair up, and it just about covers it all but that much. Yeah, that should be all right. Got the top bungees just to the loop of the hammock, and the bottom bungees just one loop up on the strap either end. Looks about right. Haven't even had to gather the sides. I've got in it, and it seems to stretch, hang out, sit about right. So that's that stage. Right, and because it's mild and I'm trying this out, I didn't want too much on top of me. When I used this the other weekend, I got too hot when I had the DD Dura 2 sleeping bag. So I decided to bring this little kitty out. This hasn't been out for a while. It's not a sleeping bag at all. It's my poncho liner. So that is going to be my top cover, my top quilt, as it were. At one end, I will gather all the tie-outs together, tie them together to sort of gather a foot box, and at the midpoint, halfway up, I shall tie them together. So the bottom end will sort of have some sort of shape to it, but from sort of waist up, it will be like a blanket. I can flip it off if I'm, too hot, cover myself up, get chilly. So sort that out in a second. Should be all right. Right, that's that job done. I don't know about other people, but I always like to get either my shelter and my bed sorted first, because if all should go wrong and I can't light a fire or whatever, I could just go to bed. I know other people, do things in different priorities. It's just the way I do it. Quite happy with that. That's not bad at all. Shame the tarp's just touching that big pine on the right, but hey, I can't move it. So that's that sorted. I need to really get a move on now, because daylight is on the wane. I need to sort out some wood, and quick. If I film from this angle, you'll see how flat I've got the tarp. Only a very slight pitch on it. I want as much airflow under there as possible, because it's, as I say, it's really humid. but the forecast says something like 8% chance of rain, so chances are it's going to be fine. But you know, it's sod's law. If I hadn't put it up, I would have got wet at like 2 in the morning, so it's up but as open as possible. That's got some firewood processed and a big load of kindling. Should be more than enough. It's not like I need the fire for heat. It's really humid. I'm dripping in sweat after sawing that. But it's more anti-bug. I've deliberately gone with some sort of half rotten wood. So it's not going to be the best of burning stuff, but it's going to produce smoke, which is what I want. I've lit up a citronella tea light just to keep the bugs at bay until the fire's going. And I'll probably also use that for lighting the fire. Might as well, as it's already going. If I just swivel you that way, although it's getting a little bit dark, we'll need light on soon. I don't know if you can make that out or not. On that tree, I've just lit up the alcohol stove, heating up some water, get a coffee on. I'm going to sit down before doing anything else. Warm me out. Coffee time. It is 7:20, and as I'm sure you can see, we're dark now. Not completely. It never comes across the same on the camera, does it? I can still see about 50-60 feet into the woodland. Sun went down just after 7, so there'll still be some ambient light for a little while, but I've had to put the light on here, otherwise it upsets the camera. I'm going to finish this coffee and then get that fire lit, because although I've got the citronella candle burning, there's still a few midges buzzing about, and I got eaten alive the other week. That's partly why I've come to this camp. It's sort of further up the hill and much further away from the water. I've brought plenty of water with me, so I don't need to resupply. So yeah, got well away from the water, and you know, I noticed straight away that there was less bugs up here. So yeah, I think that was a good call. It was okay camping last week, but by the time I got home, God, all the bites started itching, and it drove me nuts for the next day or so. So let's hope we can avoid that on this camp. Right, I'll get on with this. I'll bring you back when there's some fire action going. Come on, I know that was a bit optimistic, but don't fail me now. Now let's just settle down nice now. Got a nice bed of embers underneath it. Slow burning because I've put the crappy wood on. And it's producing a bit of smoke. Just the job. I'm not quite sure how well that's going to focus in this light. I've gone simple again. Chicken curry, brown rice. I didn't want to muck about too much tonight. So that'll be dinner in a bit, because time's getting on. And I'll probably open a beer while that's cooking. I had brought, you know, like a 4-pack of beers with me, because I was expecting to be camping, you know, with Trevor. But as I'm solo, I'll probably just have the one, just in case things go wrong, you know. Got to be half sensible if I've got to drive home. Right, as it's almost dinner time, have a quick clean up of my hands. I don't know whether I've showed this on video before or not, I can't remember. But you remember when the whole current problem, shall we say, not to mention it, kicked off and there was a shortage of hand sanitizer. Well, I had one of these little pump bottles at home, and what I did was I just mixed up a 50-50 mix of whiskey and mouthwash, because let's face it, half of the or majority of them hand cleaners are alcohol based. The mouthwash has got, you know, antiseptic properties and that sort of thing in it, so it seemed to make sense to me to have a combination of the two. And you know, it worked out quite cheap too, because it was only, should we say, a double shot of scotch and a splosh of mouthwash to fill that up. And I've never refilled it. I'm about halfway through it, and it's been going all that time. That's a handy little thing. You know what that sound is. Beer o'clock. Cheers. Now, got to make it last, as it's only the one. Mind you, it's no hardship just sitting here, staring at the fire, is it really? And listening to the noises. I've heard the owls already. And also, well, you can't see from that angle, the big fallen tree to my right, outside the fire. In the bit of woodland just the other side, I've heard the deer toing and froing. So yeah, there's a few people about, people, you know what I mean, animals, movement. I suppose in one way that's the advantage of being solo. You're quieter, aren't you? Because you're not like chatting and whatever. Well, apart from chatting to the camera, of course. But generally you're a bit quieter. So you do hear and potentially see more. Right, sit back, relax, beer, fire, wait for dinner. Chicken curry time. It looks all right. Never had this one. That's actually good. Sorry about my light, hang on. That's not bad at all. The ration packs of old were sort of alright to fill you up, but that was about it. And I must say, in recent years, they've improved dramatically. I've only recently started sort of using them again, and they're worlds apart from what they used to be. I'm very impressed with the new recipes. That's good. Right, you don't want to watch me eat. See you in a bit. Okay, I've just checked the weather. A latest update is showing the chance of rain ramping up from about 7 in the morning. So I think it won't be a late night. I'll go to bed, you know, sensible time, get some kip, and then I can be up early, break camp and bugger off. I mean, I normally leave camp quite early anyway, especially in a place like this where technically I shouldn't be, but mainly because I just don't want the hassle of drying all the stuff out. If I can get away with packing it up dry, it's a bonus. Just depends where it rains in the night, doesn't it, really? But yeah, chance of rain ramping up from 7, you know, coming on properly by sort of 9, 10 in the morning. So if in an ideal world, if I can be out by 9, hopefully dry. Well, it's about 10 o'clock. I'm still stretching that beer out. It's like an everlasting beer, going very slowly. If all too long, I'll go to bed. It's been a nice evening, been pleasant. I'm never too keen to go out on solos. Too much of a chatty bugger, to be honest. But normally once I'm out, I enjoy it. It's, you know, made a pleasant change. Wasn't planned, but I suppose that's good in a way. Just gonna finish this beer. Let the deer. It's because I can hear movement while I'm filming in the background. Let the fire. I've only had one beer, I promise. Let the fire go down a little bit until it's just embers, and then go to bed. And while I think about it, next weekend I'm off on holiday, so there won't be any wild camping videos for the fortnight or so. It depends where I'm going, what the Wi-Fi etc. is like. I might be able to, you know, do some videoing and upload something while I'm away, something a bit different. If not, I have got a couple of very sort of short, boring review type videos queued up on the system, which I can sort of time to go out to fill in the spaces, to, you know, because of course you want to watch them. But I just sort of like feel guilty. You know, I've got, you know, a few subscribers. I feel guilty if I'm not sort of like putting something out on a regular basis. So yeah, there's a few videos queued up, but I might shuffle them if I do something more interesting while I'm away. I'll upload that as well. But this will be the last camping one for about a fortnight. The other thing, now we're getting towards the end of September, of course the furlough scheme finishes. October, I'm back to work full time. So as much as that is great, it'd be nice to get back into a proper routine. I won't have as much free time, so it's quite possible that you know, next month my videos might sort of tail off a little bit, not quite so frequent, because I just won't have the time. But to be honest, YouTube has been a godsend while I've been off. I'm not someone to sit still, and, you know, making the videos has filled up a lot of sort of dead time for me. It was sort of like my temporary job while I couldn't go to work, so it's worked out well. But yeah, back to work full time next month when I come back off holiday, so it might be only, you know, one video a week potentially. Who knows? See how it pans out. I don't know yet. You'll find out in a few weeks. Just after 10 and I'm in bed. Seems to be working out all right. I've been in about 5 minutes and I can feel the warmth from the under blanket already. I've got my poncho liner over the top, and if I get too warm, just throw it off. It's fine. It should be absolutely fine with tonight's temperatures. No problem at all. Quite comfy. I hope the lighting's all right, because I've moved my little circular LED light from the tripod where it was for filming up to the ridge line under the tarp. So yeah, I hope that's okay. Can't really tell from this range. Plus I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't see the small screen very clearly. Everything's out of focus to me this time of night. Yeah, good evening. Enjoyed myself. The fire's just about done. It's just sort of glowing, so that's fine. There's going to be no problem at all with that. Let's get some sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. Unless anything exciting happens, and then I'll put the camera back on. But I doubt it. Okay, guys. See you in the morning. Morning. 6:15. That's not a bad night's sleep. It was about 10:15 when I went to bed. Yeah, so 8 hours. Not bad at all. And lovely and toasty warm all night, no problem at all. Now, poncho liner did its job, nice and comfy. Didn't have to throw it off in the night. Didn't get too hot, didn't get too cold, just stayed nice. Right, it's not quite light yet. Sun's not due up for a little bit, but it's getting light, I can see. So I think I'll put on a warm drink, wake up slow, and then start doing a bit of packing. I don't think it rained overnight. I certainly didn't hear it. It didn't wake me up if it did. So a dry pack away. Perfect. Now I'm up and about. I put my hoodie on. It's a bit fresh this morning. So that just shows how well the under blanket and poncho liner combo worked. Because I was, warm as toast just in my shirt. But yeah, it's a bit fresh. Quite nice to get a warm drink in me. Lots of noises this morning. It's a shame that the camera can't sort of pick it all up really. I've had the deer go through in the far background in the distance there. Only just sort of like caught the movement. Wouldn't been anything to film. It was quiet overnight, you know, fairly quiet. But this morning the owls have started again. Now the owls were doing their thing yesterday afternoon before it got dark, and they've started again this morning, and they were quiet all night. I think they need to change their watch. They've got their timing all wrong. And also, just outside of camp, at the top of the trees here, there's a couple of squirrels, and you know they're bouncing about between the trees, making a bit of noise. But every now and again, I'm guessing they're like two opposing ones, because they end up in the same tree, and they have a right little argument, right little chitter chatter. Sounds almost like they're talking to each other. It's got that very, very strange sound when two squirrels are having a bit of an argument. It's almost like how they portray a sort of alien species talking to each other in a sci-fi movie. It's going, yeah, it's really weird. Nice to hear it though. Right, pull my finger out and start taking stuff down. Packed. Okay, as you can see, all packed, and time to walk home. I've enjoyed myself. It might not make the best of videos. I think I've had a quick look back through the footage and it's just an awful lot of me talking. But hey, that's real life in a way, because I never really shut up, to be honest. But yeah, enjoyed myself. Nice doing a solo for a change. And 7 days time, I'm off on holiday. So I'll catch up with you guys soon. I hope you're all well. And just because it's getting a bit cooler doesn't mean you can't go out and have a good camp, as long as you've got the right stuff with you. Stay safe, guys, and I'll see you soon.